Hey guys, what is up? It's Luda here, and I just wanted to make a quick little video about how to deal with assholes, douchebags, whatever you want to call them, you know? Um, okay, so typically when it comes to these kind of people, they are genuinely considered to be really fucking toxic. They come in all different shapes and sizes and whatnot. Each of these kind of people varies. You might have an asshole friend and you don't know it. Maybe you do, and you're kind of trying to deal with it in your own way. But I guess I want to talk about one of the more effective methods of dealing with these kind of people and how this kind of method, I guess, can be able to translate into your life. I wouldn't really call it a method. I wanted to share information based on my own experience, and hopefully you as my viewers can translate whatever you receive from my video. So with further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I remember during high school, right? There was this guy, and he wasn't a terrible person, right? But it was more like he was more the kind of person that let's call him a bit of a fucking show off, okay? Right? Because every time he'd go up to anyone, but I guess particularly to me, maybe, I don't know if it was like a target or something. I mean, I was cool with him after a while. I was cool with him for a while, and then slowly but surely throughout high school it started to change, and I stopped hanging out with him. And then when I stopped hanging out with him, it was only when I stopped that when he started to come up to me and kind of try to try to affect me in some way, right? He and by this I mean he would always try to make it out so that whatever he's doing in his life would make a direct representation of how awesome he is, or almost as if he's trying to kind of like say, okay, my life, whatever's going on in my life right now is currently better than whatever you're doing, and you just kind of just stop living, just stop doing what you're doing because you're fucking boring. And it kind of got to the, and I mean, obviously, okay, I'm a listener, okay, right? Before I talk, I like to analyze the situation critically before I kind of make a decision based on what I'm going to do. And the way I reciprocated it is he wasn't doing anything bad, but even if he wasn't, I still didn't like what he was doing, right? So it was at this point where I decided to myself that I am no longer going to give this guy as much attention or as much room in my life to affect me as it should. So over time, he kind of kept coming to me. It was like, oh, hey dude, did you hear about Jason's party? And I'm like, oh yeah, what about Jason's party? Oh yeah, I went there. Oh, it was cool. That's kind of one of the example of things that he would do. He was like, oh, you weren't there. You should have been there. Well, no, why weren't you there? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was just busy or something. And I was like, oh man, you missed out. Oh man, you missed out. And I mean, and that's just one example of the things that he would do. Or like, oh hey dude, oh I got a new computer, or I got a new video game. I'm like, oh cool, nice. What's it called? Oh, it's called Call of Duty. I'm like, nice. And then he's like, oh, what do you have? And I'm like, I don't know. I just have video. You know what video games I have? You have me on fucking Steam or PSN or whatever, you know. I don't know why he asked, but that's just another example of the kind of questions that he would ask. I no longer really give this person attention, right, as much as I used to, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say turn my life around, but it's definitely made me feel better from when the situation started to now, and I feel more confident in myself because he kind of calmed down and kind of just like he wouldn't put you down 100%, but he kind of just make your day just a little shitter, you know, like, you know, when you're having kind of just a shit day, and and someone has to just come over and kind of make your day just shitter than it already is, you know. It's kind of one of those people. That's one of the ways I deal with him, right? No, let me tell you how I'm gonna deal with him now, right? Every time he come up to me, I'd kind of just give limited responses, you know, kind of just like, oh, cool, nice, yeah, sweet, that's cool, okay, so nice, and eventually he'd keep coming up to me, right? But then eventually he started coming up to me less, because I believe that he started to realize that, okay, this guy's not bothered, or he's boring, or whatever, or, you know, this guy's boring me, so what's the point of me showing up to him? And at this point, I'm kind of glad he got the fucking message, because it was like maybe about 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line that he started to notice it, and then he kind of just stopped coming up to me altogether. And that's kind of my story about how I kind of deal with these kind of people. And in life, you always have to deal with this kind of people. It's not like they do exist. Some people are situations where they don't exist, but they do exist, right? But you have to have that confidence in you to kind of step up and take control of your own life, because no one's gonna take control of your own life for you. It's your life in the end. I mean, I guess you could say about 99% of your life you can control. A majority of the things that happen to you are because of you. Essentially, anything that happens to you is kind of your own responsibility, and you kind of have to take control of that and deal with the situation appropriately based on what's happening to you. Guys, honestly, that's all I have. I just kind of wanted to share a little personal story about how I deal with these kind of people, and how maybe it can translate into your life and how you can deal with them. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you soon. Peace, peace. Peace, peace.